Hey guys, welcome back to Sheri Approved. In today's video, I'm going to share with you what has been my best of skincare so far for 2022 in my own personal skincare routine. If you're interested in finding out of all the products that I've tried, what is actually in my skincare routine, definitely keep on watching. I've been seeing quite a few people doing this video, and I thought, that's actually a good idea instead of waiting until the end of the year to give you like the best of 2022. And of course, I will be doing this again at the end of the year to share what is probably my favorite items in the latter half of 2022. But as you guys know, I try a lot of skincare products. I'm always testing things to review, to be able to use not only in just my own personal routine, but also to recommend for clients, looking at combinations and all that jazz. But out of all the things that I try and I test, I want to share with you guys the things that I am actually using and that I've been using repeatedly and consistently, essentially for the first 6 months of the year. In this series, though, I want to share with you things that are new to my routine. So there are some things from 2021 that I'm absolutely still using. I'm going to do my best to not try to mention those in these videos. I want to share with you the things that were newer to me in 2022 that I have brought into my routine and I'm using consistently. So you guys already know that this is going to be a series because my skincare routine contains a lot of steps and I love to layer and I love to just love up on my skin and really give it a lot of hydration and nutrition. So there are quite a few things I need to share with you, but we will start with SPF because I saw someone made the comment on one of my videos of the SPF series that I've been doing this year. Sheri, you're telling us about all these SPFs, but which ones are your favorites? So that's what we'll start with. My sunscreen collection is ridiculous. There's no other word to describe it. It's ridiculous. I have more sunscreens than probably any other type of skincare product in my collection. And there are some that I absolutely do not like for me at all for different reasons. And then there are others that, yeah, I do like them. I can use them. But then there are those that I find myself consistently reaching for on a regular basis. In no particular order, these are the sunscreens that I've been really reaching for in the first half of this year. The first two, I actually just realized that I don't have them on my desk because they are in handbags. And it is because that these two sunscreens are sunscreens that I use to actually apply over makeup, but I also love using them under makeup as well. So these are my most go-to sunscreens when I'm going to wear makeup, especially if I'm going to be out. Both of these are Japanese and one is the Sunwear's Active Protect Milk. Absolutely love the sunscreen. And by the way, I'm not going to go into any detailed reviews. If you do want detailed reviews on any of these items that I probably have not reviewed before, you could definitely leave a comment down below and I'll try to get that done. But the Sunwear's is a sunscreen that I would have reviewed on Instagram, I believe last year. It was in a previous packaging. They discontinued that one. And this one is the new 2022 version. It is a hybrid sunscreen. It is a Japanese sunscreen. It is a fluid sunscreen. It dries down to a natural matte finish. It has silicones and so on in it. And that allows the dry down on the face to feel almost kind of like a primer. It really smooths the skin over. It wears beautifully on my oily acne prone skin under makeup. I have no issues with that one. And very similar to that one is one that I actually did review this year, and that's the Biore UV Athleism Skin Protect Milk. There is also a skin essence in that Biore line, but the one I'm referring to is the Skin Protect Milk. Also really love that. Another fluid liquidy sunscreen that not only works well as a makeup base for me, but also reapplies over makeup beautifully. If you don't know how to reapply sunscreen over makeup, I highly recommend that you check out my demo that I did on Instagram as well as on TikTok, I believe as well. When you first start to reapply sunscreen over makeup, there is a bit of a learning curve, but you very quickly would realize like how much weight or pressure you need to use using your sponge when applying or tapping the sunscreen onto your face. But once you get that, you are going to be good to go. Reapplication is going to be so easy for you. And the good thing is I do this on top of a full face of makeup and I can do it without disrupting my makeup in the way that would happen if I took another product and was literally smearing it on my face. Between both of them, the Biore seems to be a little bit more silicone-y in terms of the texture, at least in my own opinion. So there is more of a slip on the skin that you will feel when you apply it compared to the Sunwear's. And some people might confuse that with it feeling greasy. The skin is not looking greasy, but some people may confuse that in terms of how it feels on the skin. But I absolutely love that because it really makes a great makeup base for me. Talking about reapplication, this one is a sunscreen that I have been using since it launched, but I haven't been able to do the review yet for you on YouTube, but it is coming because this brand actually has two sunscreens. And this one is the Tokobo Cotton Soft Sunstick. Now, I have been trying quite a few sunscreen sticks this year because I realized that it's been getting very popular. People who are genuinely interested in their skin, they want to be able to reapply, but sometimes reapplying sunscreen could be such a hassle. And sunsticks, I think, have gotten very, very popular this year especially. So I've been purchasing a lot because I also want to kind of do a review video for you guys. But this one honestly has been my favorite for my skin. Just in case you can't remember, I'm oily, acne prone. This one, incidentally, is also a favorite of my husband just because it is so easy to apply. I use this primarily, though, for reapplication, not on days when I'm wearing makeup, but just on regular days or if I'm heading out and I don't really have on makeup. This is easy to throw in my purse. Literally, you just turn it up. You do about 4 swipes in each section of your face and you are done. I don't have to worry about a white cast. I don't have to worry about excess residue on my skin. This one also does have silicone, so if you touch your face, you will feel that type of silicone feel, but it doesn't feel heavy on the skin, which is one of the reasons I like it, and it looks nice on the skin. But a full review on this will be coming up. This one should not shock you guys. The Dr. G Green Mild Up Sun Plus is a mineral sunscreen that I absolutely fell in love with this year. I reached for this so much. It's not funny. I also actually do like using this one under makeup because this one really does have technology that helps to absorb sebum during the day. So this one does give me a more matte finish. Now, if you have very dry skin, this might not be one that you like that much unless you moisturize really well under, because that mattifying power does work. But this one has been one of the best mineral sunscreens in terms of how it looks on my skin and how it wears. I absolutely love this sunscreen. Then there are 2 other chemical sunscreens, Korean sunscreens, that I've been reaching for a lot. And this one is by Mary May. This is their Seeker Soothing Sunscreen for sensitive skin. And this one is the Espoir Fresh Water Splash Sunscreen. Both of these are SPF 50 as well. Both of these have chemical filters. The filters in both of these are very, very similar. But the reason why I use both of these so much is because, especially with my allergies and my eyes and my sinuses, my skin could overall just feel a little bit more sensitive when that's really bad. And these are very, very calming and soothing. They don't irritate me in any way possible. So these have been 2 that I reach for a lot, especially when I'm at home, and I'll probably use these first, and then during the day, if I'm going to do my reapplication around lunchtime, I will pull out the Tokobo Sunstick. Next category I want to talk about in this video are exfoliants. Now, exfoliation is something that's very, very important to me. How I do it, though, may vary from time to time, and the methods that I use. There are 2 that I have really been using this year in terms of products that are newer to my routine compared to the other exfoliants that I also have in my collection that I do also still use, but they're probably products that I would have spoken about last year and so on. And one of them is this one. This is the Cause de Baja Lactic Acid, the 12.5% serum. This makes my skin so smooth, and I am not sure if it is a combination of the fact that this is a higher strength exfoliant, it is a 12.5% lactic acid, but also because lactic acid is a natural humectant. So I always feel that extra softness, that extra smoothness the next day after I use this. And I really noticed that difference after I had this in my routine for about 2 weeks. And when I say in my routine for about 2 weeks, I tend to alternate my exfoliation, my retinoids night. So I will exfoliate, then retinoid, exfoliate, then retinoid. So this will come into my routine about 3 nights a week. The other exfoliator is an at-home peel. Now, I do like at-home peels, but I don't use them as much as I used to in previous years because my gentle, consistent exfoliation that is in my routine tends to get the job done and does it for me. However, if I feel that I need a little bit extra help, sometimes I will go in with an at-home peel, and once I'm doing that, I would lay back on the other exfoliants that I may have been using more frequently during the week. The one that I have used the most for 2022 is definitely this product. This is the Zombie Beauty Bloody Peel by Skin 1004. I do not like the name, but this was a game changer for me. Now, this is a high strength acid peel, so very similar to the ordinary peeling solution, very similar to the Beffect Mandelic Acid and AHA Peel, the 30% one that I also shared with you. But there are 2 significant differences with this one from Skin 1004. One is that the others are 30% AHA peels. This one is still a high strength, but it is 17%. So I think that it is actually going to be way more tolerable on more skin types. But the other thing which I absolutely love about this peel is that you do not need to leave it on for 8 to 10 minutes for it to do what it has to do. This one works in 60 seconds. Yep. 1 minute is all you need with this one on your face and you are done. And for somebody who has a very busy lifestyle, who want to be able to get their skincare routine, who probably want to do your treatments and so on, sometimes quick is the word for what you need to get done. And that's what I love about this. It works. When I'm done with it, my skin is extra smooth. I know that it's well exfoliated. I can go in with all my hydrators and other treatments and so on after that, and it works amazingly. This is a treatment that when I bring it into my routine, I will use it once a week or once every 2 weeks, just depending on what I'm doing or how I've rearranged my skincare routine for that time. But this, yes, if you've been afraid to try the One by the Ordinary or other high strength peels at home, this is definitely one to take a look at. Plus, it's going to be quick and easy. And finally, in this video, I want to share with you the newer toners that were brought into my routine for this year that I've really been reaching for. But in this category so far, there has really been only 2 newer toners. The toners that I've been using and using consistently are basically ones that I loved last year. And if you guys want me to talk about all the products that I'm still using, I can definitely do that. But the 2 toners that I definitely want to mention, one I actually don't have right now because I finished a bottle, and it's also by Skin 1004, and it's their Hyaluronic Brightening Toner. Now, Skin 1004 has a couple toners, and I've actually enjoyed all of them. What I love about their toners is that they are extremely gentle exfoliating toners. So they use a lot of like plant extracts and enzymes and just natural AHAs, LHAs, PHAs, BHAs that you can find naturally. And it's in very, very gentle amounts. So those toners can very easily be incorporated in your daily routine without creating an issue. This particular one, though, what I love about it is that it is still lightweight, like that very watery texture that you tend to get with Skin 1004 toners, but it is hydrating. It is hydrating in such a lovely way that even on sensitive skin days, I can still get away with using this as an exfoliating or gentle everyday toner, and yet my skin barrier is protected. Of course, the base of it is hugely Centella asiatica, but then it also contains ingredients like butylene glycol as well, which is a natural humectant on the skin. But this has really been over time a lovely brightening toner in my skincare routine. I finished a bottle. I really do like it. I do have a couple other toners that I'm going through, but I had to mention it because out of all the Skin 1004 toners, that one is my personal favorite. The other toner that has really become a love of mine during this year so far is the B-Lab Matcha Hydrating Toner. And again, sometimes you see hydrating in these names, and if you're oily, you might say, okay, that's not for me. But listen, sometimes it's all about the formulation, and you wouldn't know until you try it. Y'all could see how much of this I finished, and this is really good when you understand what my skincare collection looks like and the choices that I can make on a daily basis when I'm getting through products, finishing them, and restarting a new bottle. That definitely tells you something. So things I love about this toner. This is one that I can also reach for if my seborrheic dermatitis decides to flare up, or I'm having a very sensitive skin day, or I feel like my skin barrier might be a little bit, under some pressure. This is definitely one that I can reach for. This one is almost 50% organic green tea extract, full of antioxidants, very anti-inflammatory. But it also contains an ingredient that is really interesting called Chelidonium majus extract, which is an ingredient that has been proven to be very beneficial to people with atopic dermatitis and for managing sebum control. Listen, it was right up my alley, and I have been loving this toner. In fact, B-Lab is a brand, I think I've said this before in another video, that the products are quite affordable, and I have really been enjoying everything I have tried from them. The texture of this toner is typically what I like in an everyday toner. It is that watery type of toner. It sinks in. It's not really going to leave a residue on the skin, but it hydrates the skin really nicely. It is calming. It works well with my other skincare. And while toners could be basic, why not have a toner that is going to give you the feel that you want on your skin, do what it has to do, but also just add some extra nutrition to your skin. I hope you guys found today's video helpful. Don't worry, I will cover the other categories because I'm literally going through what I use in my routine and checking which were the products that I really used mostly for the first half of this year to share with you. I'd love for you to comment down below which has been your most used favorite SPF so far of the year, your favorite exfoliant, and your favorite toner. I'd definitely love to hear about it. Let's find out if I tried it before, or perhaps it was something that I recommended to you. I'd love to hear about it. Leave it in the comments down below. Remember to like this video, subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps me. I appreciate it very much, and I'll see you guys in another video soon. Take care. Bye.